Hello and welcome to the SBC Sports Talk Radio Show. I'm your host, Jake Morrison, alongside Eli Kane and Marcus Trivedi. And our first topic today will be the NBA Finals, Game 6 tonight. Bucks have won 3 straight. What are your thoughts, Marcus?
I think they can wrap this series up tonight in their loud stadium in the Fiserv Forum. The Bucks completely sealed the finals as they won in Game 5 in Phoenix in the desert. Even if they lose this game, they have the odds to win Game 7. I think it's pretty much over, and the Bucks are going to be the NBA champions.
I personally have this game being like the deciding factor. If the Suns win tonight, I have them winning Game 7. If Chris Paul is up to snuff to play. Now, Eli.
I think that the Bucks are definitely going to win Game 6. It might be close, but the Bucks are going to be winning the entire game. They're going to have probably a 5-point lead and then seal it off with maybe an 8-point lead. But I think that Giannis and his teammates just get along so well. Like we saw that alley-oop last game. You couldn't have had that with any other team, really. They just had such good chemistry. And I don't think the Suns had that the way Devin Booker had the ball in the paint and then didn't pass it to Chris Paul when he was open and he was basically looking at him. So yeah, I think that the Bucks just have better chemistry and they're not going to lose this game. They're going to be really solid and they're going to win the finals.
Okay, now let's move on to our next topic, which is going to be the Super Bowl predictions. I personally am going to start here. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to take on the Tennessee Titans, with Tampa going back-to-back. Marcus.
And Jake, I agree with you. I have the same thing. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Tennessee Titans in SoFi Stadium, the new high-technology stadium. As I have the Buccaneers winning this one, going back-to-back as well. I just think they re-signed all their players. I think their offense and defense is too hard to stop.
Okay, now Eli.
I don't think that the Bucks are gonna even make it to the Super Bowl. Maybe the middle of the playoffs.
And we have a caller
here. We have a
here.
caller here. What is your name, sir?
My name is Ben.
Okay, Ben. What is your question for us today?
Who is your dark horse for Offensive Player of the Year?
Ooh, that's a good one. A dark horse player. I'm looking at more running backs. I bet Dalvin Cook could take it this season. What do you have, Marcus?
Dalvin Cook is a good pick for Offensive Player of the Year. Man, I think that's tough. I honestly got to go with Ryan Tannehill, to be honest. Ryan Tannehill. I think he's a dark horse player. He has the weapons to be surrounded. He might have lost Jonnu Smith to free agency, but they made up signing Julio Jones, as they also have the deadly A.J. Brown, and arguably probably the best running back in the game, Derrick Henry.
Okay, Eli.
Offensive Player of the Year, I think, would probably either be Derrick Henry or Justin Herbert. Derrick Henry, I mean, he got 2,000 rushing yards. He's obviously a legend. So there's really no reason to disagree with that. And Justin Herbert, he played really well in his last season and at Oregon. He didn't have many weapons, but he still stood out like as a really good quarterback. So I think he might do very well, and he's only going to get better in his career.
Okay, thank you, Ben, for the call. And now we have Eli's Super Bowl prediction before we wrap up the show.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think the Bucks are gonna make the Super Bowl. I think it's probably gonna be an NFC West team like the 49ers. Half of their team was injured last season, and they still didn't do terrible. They didn't do well, but they didn't do terrible. So I think they're gonna make it, and they're gonna play the Browns. I think the Browns are gonna win. The Browns have a really solid team. If you think about their team, there's nothing wrong with them. So yeah, I think the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl, and they're going to play the the 49ers at SoFi Stadium.
Wow, that's a crazy pick. That's going to do it for our show. For Jake Morgenstein, Marcus Trivedi, and Eli Kane, that's going to be it. This radio show was sponsored by YouTube TV. Watch YouTube on TV. And by Simmons Bricks. Now building homes with missed basketball shots in the playoffs.